Good evening and welcome. Thank you all for coming out this evening. We have a small presentation of just some small excerpts of some of the plays written by the amazing Mahesh Elkunchwar. He wrote most of his plays in Marathi, and today we will be reading translations in English and in Hindi and Bhojpuri. This is the fifth in our series, actually. We started this journey of paying tributes to the great playwrights 5 months ago with a tribute to Girish Karnad. That was also the month that we lost him. So we wanted to just take a small appetizer and present small excerpts from his plays. And then the next month we went with Mohan Rakesh. The month after that we did Badal Sarkar. Last month was Vijay Tendulkar, and this month, today, is Mahesh Elkunchwar. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you all to Sohela Kapoor. She needs no introduction. Sohela, please come. This is her concept, and under her direction, we've been putting this together.
Mahesh Elkunchwar is an Indian playwright and screenplay writer with more than 20 plays to his name. In addition to his theoretical and critical works, and his active work in India's parallel cinema, he is considered one of the most influential and progressive playwrights in Marathi theatre. Some even call him the true successor to Vijay Tendulkar. In 2014, he was awarded the Sangeet Natak Academy Fellowship, the highest honor in the performing arts in India. Elkunchwar has experimented with many forms of dramatic expression, ranging from the realistic to symbolic, expressionistic to absurd. He emerged on the national theatre scene with the publication of his one-act play, Sultan, in 1967. A number of commercial hits followed, such as Holi in 1969, Rakta Pushpa in 1971, Party, which was also made into a film, in 1972, Virasat, 1982, and Atmakatha, 1987. Today, we will be reading excerpts from 5 of his most loved plays.
We begin with Holi, written in 1969. Holi is a comment on how people can respond strongly, unexpectedly, even violently when power structures are enforced on them. The story is about a group of college hostel students who come together to express their disappointment over not getting a holiday from their college for the festival of Holi. Harmless banter turns into revolt, and things continue to get out of hand. The names of those involved are given up to the principal. The students are hauled up, suspended, and expelled, and they in turn seek revenge on their friend who gave up their names.
क्या हुआ?
लफड़ा हो गया। बनर्जी को रस्टिकेट कर दिया।
एकदम साली हरामजादी टुच्ची प्रिंसिपल।
एकदम रेस्टिकेट कर दिया? इंक्वायरी तक नहीं की रूटीन वाली। अरे जैसी भतीजे की लहूलुहान खोपड़ी देखी तो एकदम रस्टिकेट।
बनर्जी के पिताजी और प्रिंसिपल पांडे में अनबन चल रही है।
रंजीत, बनर्जी कहाँ है?
घर पर।
घर पर?
हाँ, प्रिंसिपल के ऑफिस का कांच तोड़ के चला गया।
मगर ये तो सरेआम इनजस्टिस हुआ।
तो
क्या?
अरे कुछ नहीं, आज मैं दिखा दूंगा प्रिंसिपल को। देखता हूँ कैसे भाषण करवाती है।
हाँ चल, हम तेरे साथ हैं। गोपाल, तू मेरा मान, तू इस झमेले में मत पड़।
अगले दिन सुबह मंच पर भाषण की तैयारियों के बीच लड़कों का हंसी मजाक और उद्यमबाजी शुरू हो जाती है।
यहाँ आओ यार, इधर बैठो।
ये आज लौंडिया लोग दिखाई नहीं दे रही हैं।
ये मुल्ला इधर आ प्यारे, अबे इधर आ।
आज का बकरा बहुत है गरम है बाबू।
ए, चल ना यार, भाषण को गोली मार।
ये कौन गधे का पूत आने वाला है?
लड़के लगभग बैठ चुके हैं। कुछ बुजुर्ग लेक्चरर्स और 1-2 युवा लेक्चरर आकर सामने वाली कुर्सियों पर बैठ जाते हैं।
आ गया बे।
हेलो स्मार्ट स्मार्टी।
मुर्गियां पंख फुला के दौड़ती हैं इसके पीछे।
पक 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 पक।
एक मोटी प्रौढ़ मैडम आती है।
दादी अम्मा आ गई। दादी अम्मा मान जाओ। हो
बुढ़िया मारो दिख रही है गुरु।
हॉस्टल के वार्डन प्रोफेसर कारखानीस आते हैं, पॉपुलर हैं।
सर यहाँ आइए, हमारे बीच बैठिए।
गुड इवनिंग सर।
सर आज छुट्टी डिक्लेयर करने को कहिए ना, ये तो दगाबाजी है सर। आज होली की छुट्टी सब जगह है।
कारखानीस हंसकर बैठ जाते हैं। तालियां। प्रिंसिपल पांडे और अतिथि देसाई आते हैं। एक लड़का उनकी मेज के पास पहुंचकर स्वागत भाषण शुरू करता है।
माननीय प्रिंसिपल मैडम तथा आज के सम्मानित अतिथि,
शुद्ध भाषा बोलो, शुद्ध भाषा।
तथा भाइयों और बहनों।
बे बहने नहीं है वे, चश्मा लगा ले।
लड़का घबरा गया है, पर याद किया हुआ भाषण सरका रहा है।
आज हमारे सौभाग्य से हमारे यहाँ एक महान वक्ता मुख्य अतिथि के रूप में पधारे हैं।
जरा धीरे धीरे।
लड़का अब बुरी तरह घबरा चुका है, भाषण भूल गया है।
पधारे हैं, आप महान हैं। आपकी शिक्षा वीक्षा व काफी कुछ विदेश में पाई, फिर भी आप हिंदू हैं, मतलब पक्के धार्मिक हैं, संध्या बंदन भी करते ही हैं। आपका जन्म हुआ है हो चुप महान कुल में हुआ है।
बैठ जा बे।
अब कौन चूतिया है ये?
अबे कलाकार, बैठ जा।
लड़का चुपचाप नीचे बैठ जाता है। प्रिंसिपल पांडे खड़ी होती हैं। My young friends,
हिंदी में, हिंदी।
I am extremely
राष्ट्रीय भाषा में।
आप बैठिए, हम बच्चों से बात करते हैं।
प्रिंसिपल पांडे बैठ जाती हैं।
मेरे प्यारे बच्चों,
जी माता जी।
मैं आपकी विनोद प्रियता की प्रशंसा करती हूँ। आप लोगों में सम्मिलित होने का जो ये अवसर मुझे प्राप्त हुआ है, उसे मैं अपना सौभाग्य मानती हूँ। अगर इस देश की प्राचीन एवं सुसंपन्न संस्कृति की रक्षा करनी है, तो आप जैसी पराक्रमशाली तथा शक्तिशाली भुजाओं की आवश्यकता है। और इसीलिए मेरे आज के भाषण का जो विषय मैंने चुना है, वो है धर्म संस्थापक नर।
मैडम जी,
कहिए।
एक प्रार्थना है।
कहिए ना।
धर्म संस्थापक नर इस विषय के स्थान पर कृपया धर्म संस्थापिका मादा विषय लीजिए।
प्रिंसिपल सभा को नियंत्रित करने का प्राण प्रण से प्रयास करती हैं। एकाएक एक अंडा फ्लावर पॉट पे आकर गिरता है। वक्ता अब घबरा गई हैं।
They're stoning us.
नहीं मैम, ये महज अंडा था। चलिए। प्रिंसिपल पांडे अतिथि को लेकर चली जाती हैं। कारखानीस और काफी कुछ लड़के मंच पर रह जाते हैं। कारखानीस का अस्तित्व लड़के पहचानते हैं, धीरे धीरे शांत हो जाते हैं।
Finished. रंजीत, I am ashamed of you.
मगर सर उसने।
Guard your tone.
सर बैनर्जी को एकदम रस्टिकेट कर दिया गया प्रिंसिपल मैडम ने। ये सरासर अन्याय है, सरासर अन्याय। गलती पांडे मैडम की थी।
Who are you to decide that? और क्या इसीलिए आप मेहमान की इंसल्ट करेंगे? I was proud of you, my boys. Very proud of you. My boys. I used to say, मेरे हॉस्टल वाले बच्चे, मेरे बच्चे. But you have failed me.
मगर सर।
Shut up and get out from now. Go.
सब लड़के चले जाते हैं। टूटी गिरी पड़ी कुर्सियां देखते हुए कारखानीस। प्रिंसिपल पांडे आती हैं। वेल, प्रोफेसर कारखानीस, they were your hostlers, I suppose.
Some of them, madam.
Our guest of honor is visibly shaken. Can you give me their names?
Well, ma'am, I couldn't pick one or two. There were so many.
I see. Well, in that case, you may leave. कारखानीस चले जाते हैं। उसी पल दरवाजे के पीछे छिपा आनंद बाहर आता है।
मैम।
What is it?
कुछ नहीं मैम।
क्या चाहिए?
मैम, मैं जानता हूँ उनके नाम।
Oh, I see. हॉस्टल में रहते हो?
जी मैम।
कौन कौन शामिल था उद्यमबाजी में?
मैम, रंजीत
और?
भोसले, लालू देशमुख, गोपाल बनकर और वसंत पाटिल तथा माधव महात्रे।
क्या नाम है तुम्हारा?
आनंद, मैम आनंद काटकर।
Well, Katkar, do you know you're just a petty insect?
मैम
Get me the list in my office. आनंद मुंह बाय रह जाता है। कुछ देर बाद रंजीत, वसंत, माधव, गोपाल सब लोग आते हैं।
मन करता है इस कॉलेज की बिल्डिंग में आग लगा दूं।
लगा दे साली को, है होली आज।
अपने को तो बहुत ही मजा आया जब वो बक्ता सर पर पैर रख के भागी। प्रिंसिपल लाल पीली हो गई होगी।
रंजीत, तुझे देख लिया होगा, तू तो सामने खड़ा था यार।
अबे कौन डरता है?
हे रंजीत, चल होली जलाएगा आज।
कारखानीज आते हैं।
क्या साजिश चल रही है अभी? और
कुछ नहीं सर।
तुम सब लोगों के नाम प्रिंसिपल को मालूम हो चुके हैं। यू नो व्हाट? एंड देयर इज बैड न्यूज फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू। मुझे वही बताने आना पड़ा। वसंत पाटिल, लालू देशमुख, गोपाल बनकर, माधव महात्रे, रघुनाथ महाडिक एवं जयंत ठाकुर, तुम लोगों को इस साल डिटेन कर लिया गया है। एंड रंजीत, यू हैव बीन एक्सपेल्ड फ्रॉम द कॉलेज। कल सुबह सारे ड्यूज जमा करके तुम हॉस्टल छोड़ के जा सकते हो। आई एम सॉरी बॉयज।
कारखानीज चले जाते हैं।
अरे ये नाम किसने दिए?
वही तो सवाल है, साले को पकड़ना होगा यार।
आनंद भीतर ही भीतर भयभीत पर बाहर से शांत। रंजीत गुस्से में आकर कुर्सी गिरा देता है।
अरे गिराता काय को हैगा? जला साली को, हो जाए होली।
एकाएक रंजीत 2 कुर्सियां उठाता है और खिड़की के बाहर फेंक देता है। फिर सभी लोग कुर्सियां उठाकर एकदम बाहर को दौड़ते हैं। गोपाल भी दौड़ता है। आनंद उसे रोकता है।
क्या है यार?
बिन्नू, तू इस झमेले में मत पड़। अगर वार्डन या प्रिंसिपल को पता चल जाएगा तो तू भी बच जाएगा। एक बार तुझे बचा लिया फिर
क्या बोला? बचा लिया मतलब नाम तूने बताया? अच्छा जी, तो ये माजरा है।
गोपाल उसके मुंह पर कसकर तमाचा मारता है। फिर रंजीत को पुकारना शुरू कर देता है। ये सीक्रेट वो इसलिए बता देना चाहता है कि कहीं वो उसे संदेह की दृष्टि से ना देखे।
बिन्नू नहीं यार।
रंजीत इधर आना, इधर आ।
प्लीज बिन्नू यार, मुझसे गलती हो गई। ये वो लोग मुझे जिंदा नहीं छोड़ेंगे। प्लीज यार, मत बताना मुझको यार।
तूने सचमुच में नाम बताया आनंद?
यार मेरे साथ जबरदस्ती की गई। पांडे मैम नाराज हो गई थी यार। उन्होंने बोला कि यार मैं माफी मांगने को तैयार हूँ यार। चाहे तो तुम मुझे लिखित में लिखवा दो।
माफी मांगने से क्या होगा हिजड़े? क्या हमारा लूटा हुआ साल हमें मिल जाएगा है? और रंजीत का क्या? सॉरी, यू मस्ट पे फॉर व्हाट यू हैव डन।
यार मुझसे गलती हो गई भाई, मैं अब कुछ नहीं कर रहा यार, मुझसे गलती हो गई।
सब लोग हंसते चिल्लाते हैं। आनंद भागने की कोशिश करता है। उसे पकड़ लिया जाता है।
ठहर साले, जाता कहां है?
गोपाल मारकर।
चुप! नाम बताते समय बड़ा मजा आया था ना तुझे ऐसे नहीं छोड़ूंगा। कल इसका तमाशा करूंगा मैं।
अबे क्या घंटा तमाशा करेगा? रात ही में भाग जाएगा ये।
भाग के कैसे जाएगा? हम इसे कमरे में बंद करेंगे और बाहर से ताला लगा देंगे। चल बे लंगड़े, पकड़ साले को, ले चल।
हंसते चिल्लाते हुए आनंद को ले जाते हैं। अगले दिन गोपाल अकबकाया हुआ आता है।
रंजीत, क्या बात है? अबे क्या भूत देख लिया तूने? अबे गूंगे कुछ बोलेगा भी?
अबे उसने फांसी लगा ली है।
किसने?
आनंद ने।
Pratibimb, known as Reflection in English, written in 1987. This play is a searing portrait of contemporary Indian urban middle class. It is the story of a middle class man, simply called He, who wakes up one morning to realize his reflection is gone from his looking glass. Through this initial premise, the play delves deep into questions of how we see ourselves, how our mind works, and asks the all-important question, are we slowly losing ourselves as we move through the drudgery of life? In this excerpt, the man's landlady has come to look at the state of the one-bedroom flat she has leased out to he.
Sleeping till all hours as if this were a hotel. I'm glad you brush your teeth before you have your tea. You know, there are people who must have their tea first thing in the morning. Bed tea they call it. Ugh, what filthy habits. But you're okay that way. Arey, the tea must be stone cold now. Or is that the way you like it? You know, some people like to pour it into the saucer and blow on it and then have it. Oh!
He screams suddenly from the bathroom.
What happened? Did you slip and fall? Shall I come in? Hope you're dressed. Or are you in your underwear? Doesn't wash them for days. Dirty fellow. Only his teeth are worth showing. Can you hear me?
He comes out terrified and manages to stumble over to the dressing table where he glances in the mirror and gives a frightened start. He picks up a small mirror from the table and looks at it and gives another start. Her chatter continues.
You know, cleanliness is all important after all. A person must be clean inside and out. His heart, his clothes, his habits, his house. You know, Swachh Bharat and all.
Will you shut up, woman? Shut up.
What was that you said?
How you go on and on and on and don't let me think even. Terrible.
What's the matter?
Tell me, are the mirrors in the house all okay?
What do you mean?
Are they really okay?
What's okay supposed to mean? Don't I wash them every day? You know, even the mirrors ought to be spotless. It's no use you're being clean. If the mirror is dirty, you will look dirty. Don't you agree?
That's not what I meant. Will you come and have a look at the mirror in the bathroom, please?
What for?
Please.
I must know why.
I say, please.
I refuse to enter a man's bathroom.
Please, the mirror.
All right. What do I do with the mirror?
Tell me what you see there.
You're nuts. What do people see in mirrors?
Look at that one, just once, please.
All right. Now don't you follow me into the bathroom, huh?
She goes into the bathroom.
Are you looking at the
Silence.
mirror?
Yes.
Are you really?
I said yes.
What do you see?
What am I supposed to see?
You can't see anything either?
What do you mean anything? Should I see a ghost?
What did you see in the mirror?
Now you're just being childish. What should I see in the mirror? I saw my reflection, that's all.
You did?
Oh, didn't I just? Such a lovely, elegant, graceful jar of ghee.
Did you really see your reflection?
Oh, for God's sake. Would I see yours then? Really, the things you say.
Will you come and have a look in this mirror?
Don't get fresh now.
Please.
There's such a difference in age between us. Please think of that.
Please, look.
You know, I have the purest feelings for you.
Please, please.
Well, I will if I must.
Looks at herself lingeringly in the mirror. Pleased with what she's seeing, lost in herself, she begins to hum.
You know, this mirror was a wedding gift. It used to be in our bedroom. The things we two have seen in this mirror, God, he was just so romantic. Do you think a little girth, just a bit more here, would give me just that bit more grace?
Can you see your reflection in that mirror?
Oh God, not again. What are mirrors meant for? Okay, what do you see in these mirrors?
Nothing.
What?
I cannot see a thing in the mirror.
Nothing? Not a thing?
Nothing. I don't see a reflection or anything of the kind. I washed my face and looked in the mirror. Found it blank. Then I thought maybe it's dirty. So I cleaned and looked. Still it was blank. I screamed. Then I thought maybe the mercury has come off. So I took a look at these two mirrors out here. And it was the same. I've lost my reflection. It has disappeared. It has gone away. Left me and gone.
Where was the binge last night?
Nowhere.
Of course there was a binge. You're still drunk.
I'm not drunk in a week.
Don't lie to me.
It's the truth.
Come here. Open your mouth.
Forces his mouth open and smells it.
Smells of toothpaste. Are they making toothpaste flavored liquor these days?
Please stop joking.
It's no joke. You're crazy. How can you lose your reflection? Go and take another look in the mirror. Come on, get up. I'd just like to see how you lose your reflection. Utter rot. You know, you're a paying guest over here. I'm responsible if you lose something. I don't want to be accused of strange things out of the blue. That's why I'm always yelling at you to take care of your things, lock them up, but you listen to me. Nah. Now, come on, get up. Get up.
He gets up, looks at the mirror decisively. A stifled sound escapes him. She hurries across and looks in the mirror.
Oh God, really? Your image is not there in the mirror. This is the limit. How funny.
You think it's funny, huh?
Oh, yeah, we should put it in the papers.
No!
Arey, do you have any recent photograph?
It's not going to be in the papers.
No, why not?
No! I won't tell journalists. I won't tell anybody.
Just imagine how famous you'll be.
To hell with fame.
Arey, you'll be world famous in an instant.
Don't want that kind of fame.
That kind and this kind. Fame is fame after all. The whole world will know you as the man without a reflection.
You won't tell anybody, will you?
Nobody.
Not a soul. Not the neighbors, not the family, no friends and associates, no police officers, rationing officers, the RTO men or my boss. They'll cancel my ration card, take away my driving license. I will lose my job.
Do you think all this will happen?
Yes.
Rot.
By it will.
Oh, nonsense.
People do not care for anything unexpected, unusual or unnatural. They get terrified. And in sheer panic, they go on ridiculing the unnatural thing till it drops dead.
Go on, you're imagining things.
I'm telling you. There was this boy in my class at school. He had this lump on his forehead. We teased him, Bumpy, Bumpy, till he threw himself into the pond.
Oh dear. I hope you're not going to kill yourself.
I'd like to.
Not in my house, you won't. I don't mind if you fall ill and die. That's not a suspicious event. But if you kill yourself, I'll never get another paying guest. I'll put a mesh on that window first thing today. We're on the 5th floor.
Do you think
What?
that my reflection doesn't exist? Because perhaps I don't exist? Okay, can you see me?
What do you mean?
Can you?
Of course.
What do I look like?
Oh, for heaven's sake, like a blockhead.
You mean you can really see me?
I said so once.
You can see my body?
Do you want me to touch it and see?
No. Don't. What will that prove?
Prove? It'll prove that you have a body. That it's not lost like your reflection.
How can it prove that?
Now listen. There are only 2 ways to prove that a body exists. 1, by reflection. 2, by another body. One thing proves the existence of another, or else an object has no meaning. So you see, if you want to be sure of your own body, then you have to depend on another body. Now, I'm prepared to do anything that is necessary for my paying guest.
But is a reflection just a body?
What else? What do you see in the mirror? Your mind, your heart, your soul?
I wonder, what does a mirror show? What do we see?
Besides, instead of saying we look in the mirror, wouldn't it be more correct to say that it's the reflection in the mirror that looks at us?
Sonata, written in 2000, is a one-act play about the friendship between 3 single middle-aged women living in Mumbai and sharing a life of freedom and solidarity. Though each is successful as a professional, they're also victims of their own minds and of the independent lives they have chosen to lead. In this extract, easy, intoxicated banter takes a serious turn when Dolon accuses Aruna of betrayal.
It's past midnight and we're still awake like ghosts.
She goes to her desk and looks at the books.
Knowledge. Learning, teaching, the pursuit of knowledge. A whole life spent doing this. A sensitive, creative, artistic life.
Begins to take out her hairpins.
Build life brick by brick, make it a thing of beauty. I have so many friends. Vyas, Kalidas, Bhabhuti, Shakespeare, Shelley, Eliot, Beethoven, Mozart, Bach. Is there any wine left?
No, don't drink anymore.
I'm not high. Not in the least. I was unnecessarily scared. Subhi shouldn't have taunted me.
Dolon refills the glasses.
Why is she so promiscuous?
Don't be judgmental.
Such an expensive perfume she gave me. That Chandi is a giver. No, not judgmental. It's like a malaise.
Not a malaise, a symptom. Just a symptom of a malaise. That is what we think.
At least she lives an unusual life. Wanton, unsafe, but rich. She should write stories.
If she finds time from all this.
Much better than stories people write sitting in their 10 by 10 cocoon.
You're angry.
No,
With me?
no.
That comment was most uncalled for. Yes, I write stories sitting in my 10 by 10 cocoon. What's your objection?
Time for me to hit the sack.
They don't harm anyone.
Go to bed. You'll know tomorrow what a hangover is. Don't harm anyone? I'm not so sure.
Good and bad, small and big experiences. One can imagine them and live a rich life.
Living by proxy. And you get awards for that.
Look here, Dolon. I have no illusions about my talent. I know I'm a mediocre writer. And that award, that Tapani award.
I read that story.
I know.
What's the title? Maitra or something?
When did you take that magazine from my room?
You know, Betrayal would have been a better title.
Why do you go into my room in my absence?
Because you've hijacked my life. For that Tapani award.
Don't speak in riddles, Dolon.
Dolon begins to put the room in order.
Why do we live under the same roof?
Saves money, security.
I don't have to do that. I earn a lot. I earn and I spend. And I don't need security. Maitra, my foot.
Aruna tries to touch her.
Don't touch me.
Aruna freezes.
I touch you a lot, don't I? And those touches are dirty.
You deserve a tight one.
That story is based on me.
No.
The heroine of your story, she uses frilly, jazzy clothes. She smokes and drinks.
Hundreds of women do that.
And her Marathi is laced with Punjabi.
A totally imaginary character.
Punjabi instead of Bengali. But why didn't you just make her Bengali? It would have been more authentic.
Will you listen to me?
You shouldn't have done that. Such an old friendship. Gone in a minute. Put just like that.
Look here. That woman is not you. Maybe some similarities. Only
Don't
a few
give me that
externalities.
bullshit. Good night.
Wait a minute.
I will pack my things first thing in the morning.
Will you please listen to me? You hold a big post in a multinational. She's a clerk. You're multilingual. She's almost an uneducated
No, this
woman.
is my flat. You should leave.
I will, but not unless I've thrashed this out. Yes, it's true. She's bubbly like you, and
And she touches. Like me. Yes. I touch. But I touch easily and everybody. I kiss even. You find something like that in my touches? Like that Surinder's?
Aruna gives her a long, hard stare and then turns to go to her room.
Why don't you thrash it out now?
Aruna is almost in tears, sits down on the sofa.
so much tamasha for a 10th rate story.
I want to thrash it out now. I loved you. Amar Shokhi. My friend. My sister. My soulmate.
I'm not used to people touching me.
So, you'll misinterpret me
Sorry.
and sell it for that Tapani award and that froth of fame?
Aren't you overreacting now, Dolun?
Perhaps. Go to bed.
Aruna rises and is about to go to her room.
Wait a minute. Are you sure you are not like that?
This is crazy.
Are you sure? I'm sure I'm not. Are you? Maybe you are. Aren't you always surrounded by all those young girls?
They are my students. They like me and my teaching.
Touch this one under the chin, that one on her hair. Put a hand on this one's back for a fraction of a second longer.
Oh, this
than-
is sick, Dolon.
No, I'm only talking just between the two of us. You wrote. Thousands have read it. Let's part.
I'm afraid of you.
Oh, you mean...
No. Don't misunderstand me, please. You love with abandon. You shower it on people. I can't. I keep distance. Hurting you is the last thing I'll ever do.
You've done that, all right.
Aruna puts a hand on Dolon's hand.
Sorry.
Dolon takes a hand away.
And is this spontaneous?
Yes, Dolo.
That only means I'm more spontaneous than you, Aruna, that's all.
Truce.
I was called Dolo after ages.
It's what we used to call you in college.
Yes. Dolo, Rolo, Polo. You'd composed a song like Hina Mina Dika. I was a fatso even then, wasn't I?
Plump. Pleasantly plump. It's pointless to go to bed now. It's almost 3. Ugh. Let's just finish this.
Aruna pours Dolon a glass, pours one for herself, sits on the steps leading to the terrace. Silence.